Welcome back. So we have something we call the CRUD setup. What do we need to do as developers? We need to be able to, or as a view, the view needs to be able to at least create something, read something, update something, and delete something. So that's what we call the CRUD functionality. And right now we have some of it because we have a read. That's like here where we say, let me just remove that. This is where we read everything. So this is the read functionality. And we could make another one where we just read a single instead of the entire list. So we have the read functionality in there, and then we have the add or the create functionality right here. So that's the create part. It's in here where we can create a new user. Now I want to do a new one. I want to do a delete. So what we'll do next is a delete function, so we can actually start delete persons as well. But we have a few changes I need to do to make that work. Now every time you're going to make a change to your manager, start at the interface. The interface is what the UI or the view can see, so we need to start there. So what I want to do is go into the person manager and add a new thing here called DeletePerson, where we send in an integer ID. You have a few choices here. The return value could be a void, meaning I don't care. It's deleted, and I expect everything to went well. That everything went well. It could be an int value. A bool value explaining true or false. It went well. It didn't go so well. It could be a void where you just throw an exception. It could be the person who was actually deleted. So it's up to you. There are a lot of choices here how you want to do this. I'll just return a bool for this video, but there are other ways to do it. Same here. You could send in the ID, or you could also send in the entire person. Pros and cons here again. If you send in the entire person, you would have to create a person object if you only had the ID available. If you send in the ID, you can always just say person.id from the view. So I'll send in the ID of the person. So now that we added this, I can actually already implement it inside the view, even though it's not implemented yet, even though I don't know how to remove yet. Look at this. I can go in here and I can say person manager dot, and here it is, delete person, and then I can just select, let's take a Bill here. Bill is pulled out here when he's created, and let's just take his ID, and now he is removed. Notice it's not implemented yet, so if I try to run it, I'll get exceptions because it's just not ready yet. But from a UI point of view, I can already see it. I can already work with it even though there's no implementation, and that's really powerful when you start working together as a team. So what I've done is that I've of course also made an implementation to this interface inside the person manager fake. So let's have a look at the delete implementation. You have two choices here. You can use the good old for each loop here. We know that, we love that, we've used it forever. For each loop where we're going to say, I want to run over the list of persons. If I find the person that matches the ID of the person I sent in from the outside, then remove that person from the list. And then we could, of course, in here say return true because we found the person. Happy days. And then we could say return false here when we are done, like this. So that's one solution, but I'm going to show you something new. I'm going to try and show you Link and Lambda, which are two things that can make it very simple to write code, but maybe a bit complex if you're not used to writing one-liners. Then this will be kind of scary in the beginning. So what do we have here? This line right here that I'm going to show you now is actually going to do exactly the same as the entire for loop up here. So let me just scroll up so you can see both. There we go. The for each loop kind of goes in and says, I want to look at the person fake database. That's what I'm doing here. I say, I want to look at the person fake database. Then I say, remove everything. That's what I'm doing right here. I'm saying, I want to remove the specific person. But here I'm just saying, remove all that matches the ID I'm getting from the outside, right? And then here comes the complex part, because I say, the person, just like we're doing here, var person, that kind of matches this guy. So it's kind of making this part of the loop right here in those two lines, in those two keywords right there. You can put anything in here. It could also be X and X. It's up to you what the naming should be, but they need to match, right? Like here, where person and person and person matches, it's the same here. You can call it anything down here. Normally it's X and Y and stuff like that because it makes the lines very short. So we say XX, and then we can say on a person he has an ID. If that matches the ID from the outside, just like the if statement, then we want to actually remove the guy, right? And then it ends up returning a count of how many we actually removed, and if that count is above 0, then it probably means we have deleted the guy we wanted to delete. End of story. So this one-liner matches these multiple lines up here. Up to you which one you want to use. I could even do it even crazier if I wanted to, because I could make it a one-liner again. just by adding everything in here like this, boink, and then I can just remove that line right there. So now I have a one-liner matching all of these lines. Again, it's up to you. As a new developer, this is probably easier to read. As you get more used to it, this just makes more sense, faster to write. So let's use it. Let's see if it works. So we have Bill, we create Bill, we print everybody out including Bill, we delete Bill, and then hopefully Bill is not there anymore. Bye bye Bill, it was nice to know you, but you have to go. I just don't like you anymore, Bill. That's the truth. So see you in the next lesson. There we go. Bill is gone. Here we have only the two, no Bill. Bill is added, Bill is gone. Okay, so that's the delete function now works as well. So now we have the create, we can read, and we can delete. Now we only need the update. We'll do that in the next lesson.